Hey vinyl community, what's happening? I wanted to say thank you for the warm welcome that I've received after posting my first video on Facebook group page. It's been pretty awesome. I obviously, it's one thing to share my thoughts on music and my records with a void, and there's even a little bit of satisfaction in that. Um, It's weird how that works. But now to have a voice coming back from the ether and sharing thoughts with me and being like, hey, Slave kicks ass, or REM's cool. That's nice. And I'm looking forward to interacting more, and I'm looking forward to you know watching a lot of the videos from the people who I hadn't seen before. And I guess meeting new people and hearing different perspectives. I guess that's what this is all about, and I like it. So I'm gonna get started. Hopefully this video isn't too long. Right now we're listening to Unknown Mortal Orchestra, ex Mint Chicks, New Zealand. This record came out last year on Fat Possum, which in my book, Fat Possum can do no wrong. Seriously. They are such a great label. Their costs are fantastic. They used to primarily be an old blues label, do a lot of the early Black Keys stuff, but they really do they take a lot of chances, and it's really exciting, especially with these guys. This record is stellar, totally fucking stellar. One of my favorites from last year, if not my favorite from last year. Enough about that. I wanted to talk about the Paisley Underground. I got a record today that I had listened to a year ago a few times, and it didn't click. I was getting into I was trying to dig deeper in Jangle Pop and Paisley Underground and stuff, and I listened to this record and it did not click. And I don't know, a month ago I tried it again and it really clicked. And that band is, I got this in the mail today, The Rain Parade. I don't buy records on on eBay very much, but my parents came for a visit and told me to spend some birthday money. So I treated myself to this guy. It's really cheap. I'm not very good at spoiling myself. But yeah, this record is I mean, it's great. Look at the cover. You know what you're getting into. Your band's called The Rain Parade. You have a black and white photo, vintage photograph, and then you color in some bold colors. You know you're gonna get some I don't know, a tweed rabbiness that you're not gonna get anywhere else. And they're the dudes. This came out 1983 on Enigma Records. Emergency Third Rail Power Trip. And yeah, this record it holds up. The production, I don't think it's necessarily something that would come out this year, but maybe up to mid 2000s, definitely the 90s. And they seem to have planted the seed for a lot of what Low would end up doing later, slowcore kind of things. And I'm not huge into psychedelia, but this does the trick. It kind of takes the tropes of that genre and condenses them into nice little jangle pop nuggets. That is the kind of stuff I live for. So yeah, Rain Parade, Paisley Underground. There's a broad use of the term which goes to encompass basically any jangly birds influenced music from the 80s, but I'm specifically referring to the Los Angeles Paisley Underground scene. I would go through most of my records if I were using the broad term, because it goes into southern jangle pop, southern indie, even a little bit into alt country, power pop genres. It really kind of gets a little bit hazy. But anyway, this is the first one. And then yesterday I went to this shop called Offbeat Music, and that place, I'm not sure how it stays in business. It sells pretty expensive reissues, world music reissues, jazz reissues, and pop rock, hip hop reissues. A lot of CDs, a lot of vinyl too, and yeah, I don't particularly know how they stay in business because it's a really big spot, and the rent looks a little high. It's a really nice area, but they have a sale bin, and if I hit that up once a month, I'm pretty much guaranteed to find something. And this is what I got this time around. I actually left the store, came home, listened to it, and then had to go back and get it because I missed these guys the first time around. Obviously, I had heard Fade Into You, but everything else is fantastic. And the reason I passed it up is because this cover sucks. I'm sorry, but this is the worst. And this, I mean, maybe it's just the reissue too, but the type is set. I mean, I'm not a stickler for cover art, but I mean, what am I supposed to expect from this here? But I'd heard the name several times in the last week. Everything I was reading was mentioning Mazzy Star, so picked it up for a really good price in the sale bin. And you know, this is no Columbia issue, but it's 180 gram on plain recordings. Doesn't have the nice Capitol logo. It's pretty basic sort of label going on here, but it's great. I listened to it last night. And it was perfect for headphones, just drinking some tea, hanging out with your records. It was good. A lot of acoustic guitar. It might not necessarily need to be in there, but that's nitpicking, you know, which, I mean, I have a tendency to do. It's really good. Mazzy Star. I'm sure you guys know about it. I'm late to the game. This is not hard to find. Bangles all over the place. I bought this because look at that Rickenbacker. Gosh, this reversed image throws me off. Rickenbacker 12 string. That's all you need. And going down to Liverpool on side B, the Kimberly Rue, Katrina and the Waves, previously the Waves song. Great version of it. Just kick ass. And these, I guess this was before they kind of got spoiled. Their sound got a little bit whitewashed, homogenized. Similar fate happened to another Paisley Underground band, the 3 O'Clock. Got signed up by Prince and did not go well. I'm actually still on the lookout for their album, 16 Tambourines, because of the excellent songwriter Jason Faulkner. But yeah, this one, you know, Paisley Underground scene. Pardon me if I'm a little bit out of it. I've tried this video. I don't have video editing software, so if I stumble my words or mess up too much, I start over. And so this is like my third time doing the video. Or like the audio was out of sync. It might, if it's out of sync on this video that you're watching on YouTube, it's because I said screw it. It's gonna be that way. This is the last album, The Dream Syndicate, on Slash Records. This album, also Paisley Underground. It sounds more like Velvet Underground than Psychedelia, to be honest, but I'll take it. This album rocks. Track number 1, this has so many memorable guitar melodies that, you know, you're humming the guitar melodies more than you are the vocal melodies, which are pretty, you know, Lou Reed, deadpan. I really like this record. This was a nice find. I got it for really cheap, and it was one of those records that did not leave the turntable for weeks. Just playing it over and over. Dream Syndicate, The Day of Wine and Roses. I'm blurring some of the facts here, but you guys probably know all these records. Came out in '82. That's it. I'm going to just try and keep this brief. I seem to be losing my focus a little bit too. But I buy records pretty frequently when I find good deals. So there'll be more videos, and I'm optimistic that I'll get a little bit better at this. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you so much.